Time. We talk about it every day, yet most of us live as though we have an endless supply of it. Today, let me share with you the story of Aaron, a young man who discovered the hidden treasure of time, and how that treasure changed his life forever. Aaron was the kind of person who was always in a hurry. From the moment the sun rose until long after it set, he moved quickly, running errands, chasing opportunities, and filling his days with endless tasks. But no matter how much he did, he always felt like something was missing. Friends would stop him to chat, but he'd wave them off, saying, "Later, I don't have time now." He skipped meals with his family, rushing out the door with bread still in his hands. To Aaron, tomorrow always felt like the better day to slow down. But tomorrow never came. One evening, while hurrying home through the winding streets of the village, Aaron noticed a soft golden glow from a shop he had never seen before. Above the door, a faded sign read, "The Clockmaker's Haven." Curious, he stepped inside. The air smelled faintly of wood and oil, and hundreds of clocks ticked in harmony, creating a rhythm that filled the room like a heartbeat. Behind the counter sat an elderly man, carefully polishing an ancient clock. His movements were slow, deliberate, almost sacred. Aaron impatiently asked, "Why spend so much time on these old clocks? Don't you think time moves fast enough already?" The clockmaker smiled and said, "Ah, young man, time is not just something to measure, it is something to honor. Every tick of these clocks is a reminder. Life is passing. The question is, are you truly living it?" Aaron chuckled nervously, unsure how to respond. The old man's words clung to him, though, echoing in his mind like the steady ticking of the clocks. That night, walking home under a clear starlit sky, Aaron slowed down for the first time in years. He noticed the way the wind moved through the trees, how the crickets sang in the grass, and how the stars seemed to shimmer like tiny lanterns above him. For a brief moment, the world felt alive, and he felt present within it. In the days that followed, Aaron tried something new. Instead of rushing, he lingered. He arrived early to the marketplace, not to buy anything, but to watch the sunrise over the rooftops. He listened more than he spoke, and for the first time, he began to hear stories he had never taken time to notice. One morning, he sat by the river, watching a fisherman slowly cast his line. At first, the waiting made Aaron restless, but then he saw the calm patience in the fisherman's eyes, the quiet joy in simply being there. And in that moment, Aaron realized patience is not wasting time, it is respecting it. Soon, the villagers began to notice a change in him. He no longer brushed them off with, "I don't have time." Instead, he carried baskets for an elderly woman, played games with children in the square, and shared meals with his family, laughing at stories he had once been too busy to hear. The emptiness inside him began to fade, replaced with something richer: connection. One afternoon, Aaron visited a farmer tending his fields. The farmer handed him a seed and said, "This will not grow overnight. You must water it, wait for the rains, and trust the seasons. Only then will it bear fruit." Aaron understood. Life, like a seed, cannot be rushed. Its beauty unfolds in its own time. Later that week, Aaron sat by the river with a young boy, teaching him to fish. The boy grew impatient, tugging the line too soon. Aaron laughed and said gently, "Patience, my friend. The river will reward us when it's ready." As the boy's face lit up with understanding, Aaron realized he wasn't just teaching the boy, he was teaching himself. And so the days unfolded differently. The rushing man who once measured life in tasks began to measure it in moments. Sunsets watched, stories shared, laughter echoed. The ticking of clocks no longer sounded like a race, but like music guiding his steps. One evening, Aaron sat on a hilltop overlooking his village. The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson. And in that stillness, he understood. The value of time is not in how much we have, but in how we spend it. Time is not a burden to carry, but a gift to embrace. Every moment is a seed, waiting to be noticed, nurtured, and lived fully. So, my friend, ask yourself, are you rushing through your days, or are you living them? Pause, listen, watch, breathe. For the most precious thing you can give yourself and others is your presence.